And now step 2, adding behavior methods. Everything looks good so far at this point. Our class is essentially a record factory. It creates and fills fields of records. Here I would like to add two behaviors to our main class person. So yes, two behaviors to our main class person. First one is to extract the last name from our object by splitting on spaces and indexing. First one. Second is to give a pair is. Okay, I will first write this one and then we'll go for the second one. So thus far the code remains same. Now I want to add methods to it. First one is last name, and then self dot name obviously comes into the picture because that's why we have this is instance attribute, so we can directly use that here and use a split method of that string object, and we want to split it at this point, so as it consists of 2. Okay, from -1 the second side. Now the second one is to give a pair raise by updating its pay field. That is by changing the state information in place with an assignment. However, what we really want to do here is employ a software design concept known as encapsulation. Encapsulation. The idea with encapsulation is to wrap up operation logic behind the interfaces such that each operation coded only once in our program. That way, if our needs change in future, there is just one copy to update. Moreover, we are free to change the single copy's internals almost arbitrarily without breaking the code that uses it. So here again we will add self.pay. Here you can see this self.pay can get it from here, and is equals to int self dot. We just want to update that self.pay. Whatever self.pay, whatever pay he had, and you just multiply with the percentage. So then your pay rise based on percentage argument that give to that method, it will increase your pay. So that's what we wanted to code here. So again we'll use name and then main to separate the testing and then module import. Okay, so now what we'll do is we'll go back to the Jupyter notebook and add a behavior methods to our main code. So the second stage or second step of writing whoops object oriented programming script is adding behavior methods. So now before adding the behavior method, I want you to let know that we have two types. We have two ways. One is either you hard code the operations or you just write a method and then use it for all instances. Let's see if you hard code it, what is going to happen. This is called hard coded operations. What will happen if you hard code? So we will hard code the same here first. Again the class and then their construction remains same, and we have added if name double is equals to main string, so that we can separate the testing and then import. So we have created two objects or two instances. One is math, which takes default job and default pay, and cache He has his own job designation and then his own pay. Now we will print the attributes of both the objects name and pay. But what we want to look here is we want to hard code the required behaviors. Whatever behaviors we have discussed. So these are the two behaviors or methods we want to add. One is last name and give rise. So now let's see if we add them, if you hard code it, what is the last, what is the loss here? So to hard code it, what we can do is math.name. This will give you that name of the math object. Then you use split and then split of -1 is your index position. And similarly cache.pay and augmented assignment operation and then 1.10 the addition of percentage, so you will get it. So this is in this way. If you want to do it for the cache, if you want to do it for some other object, if you want to do it for some other object, every time you have to write it manually. So just imagine if you want to calculate for 1500 objects or 1000 objects, then your code, your file will become too much, it will become huge, humongous. So that is the reason, in spite of hard coding, we will write a method. Basically coding methods, it is also called as encapsulation. Coding a method will, because of coding a method, it benefits a lot. First logic is because this encapsulation is nothing but we are wrapping up a logic inside a certain file, certain function. That is one. Because of this we will code this once in our program and we can use 1000 times, lakhs of times. One benefit. Second, the benefit of encapsulation. The second is, if you need any changes, just go directly into that piece of code and change it. You don't need to worry. And there are a lot of other things, so you don't need to. And one variable, example x, a variable x can be used in different methods because each method is encapsulated and each method is separated from other. That's the benefit we have, because the x variable is local to every method. That is what we call as encapsulation. I hope you got it. This is very important topic to understand. That's why I'm spending more time to explain this. So now we will do add methods to encapsulate operations for maintainability. Now we have done the same thing. We will add methods using encapsulation design concept. Basically this is software engineering design concept. It is not just a Python concept, it is software engineering design concept. Now we have built our our class and then our methods here. So this is one encapsulation. This is the second method is in different capsule. These are the two capsules which are separated by encapsulation. So these are the two methods. Now for the incremental self test, if you want to test this code here, you can do it here only. Here. So here I have created object 1 and then second object. Now as I'm started the testing, so printing the here and then another two here I started. I used first method is last name, cache dot last name, second method, and one more method is give rise. These are the two methods I have used and these are the output. This is for the testing. And I can use the same file to import and it will not expose the test results to the programmer who has imported this. So the below which are the class attributes are this and class methods are this. Basically last name is Madhava, last, oh sorry, Other last other last name is Keshava. And after the pay rise, the salary has become this much. So to conclude the step 2, that is adding behavior methods, turning hard coded operations into methods enables them to be applied to any instance of the class, not just those they have been hard coded to process. This concept of encapsulation helps in keeping a single copy of that method, so we are free to change the single copy's internal almost arbitrarily without breaking the code if you want this in future at any time. So